Hey everyone, and welcome to the 28th session of Deep Blues, an Apocalypse World adventure. As always, you are joined by myself, Josie, my good friends, Michael.
Hello.
That other guy, Jacob.
Hello.
And Seth.
Hello.
So, it's been a good long while, easily over a month, considering recent events.
Yeah.
Definitely over a month.
That's okay.
Nothing happened in the last couple weeks.
I feel like we're forgetting something, but I don't think it was that important.
It will
Oh,
never
I
be important.
have a perk point I never used. I think that's what it was.
Oh? You gonna use that?
No.
Okay.
I also apparently had one. I just used it to make Rusty harder.
Nice.
He's
Better,
angry.
Don't
faster,
say it
and
like that.
stronger.
You don't like that? Jacob, you should love the fact that Rusty is ready to go ham for you.
Don't say it like that, though.
Like what?
Like, don't say that I made him harder. Don't say that.
Well, I mean, I gave him more hard. He's harder now.
He's hard now. That's his attack.
Alright, that's my attack. I now have +2 instead of +1.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's even better. Soon I
better.
will make him 3 hard. No, I'd probably, if I were to give any other stat to +3, it'd be sharp, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought your sharp was +1.
Sharp's +2 because I used one of my improvements
Oh,
before.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't need
anyway.
hot.
Enough beating around the bush. Some fucked up shit happened last session.
Yeah, hey, it was
care to paraphrase?
disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. The Eater of Names came and just ate Prosper. Everything's gone. Prosper never existed now because everybody forgot about it because the Eater of Names.
And
That's
the only
what
thing left
happens.
from it is Prawn, the small child that they bid you to, keep on your boat and take far away.
Yep, she gave me what was inside of her dodgeball. I think it was a dodgeball.
Pretty much.
She had a green egg in there, and I refused to put it together yet. Not yet. I haven't done it yet. I'll get to it. Someday.
Someday.
Not today, though.
Sad.
Maybe tomorrow. Maybe 3 minutes from now. Depends.
Let's see. Did anyone else have any particular things they wanted to talk about before we started?
I don't think so. I haven't, had any projects or skill points or anything.
It's funny to me that Lug went into a disassociative state and made a bunch of boats.
Well, the one boat you got with you.
Yeah. Didn't he
the-
also...
The
put
Toby
some
determined.
Yeah, didn't you also put some stuff on one of the boats?
Yes, the Greasy Pinky is outfitted. Both of those have 1 harm still.
It's so
I should mention.
funny.
I have written that down.
They're still damaged. The Greasy Pinky in particular has several double dolphin holes and acid damage.
Yeah, that
Lug
only
did
is
that
at 3 o'clock. It looks like though.
That's about right.
Lug, what the hell did you do to our boats while you were in your disassociative state for the past 3 months?
I'm not the one who eats metal.
Yeah, Rusty did that part. We can just wave that away as Rusty got a little hungry and ate that.
But yeah, so y'all decided, apropos of, I'm not sure, mostly listening to Lug, I suppose, to head for Bobble, which is kind of on the... We didn't really establish exactly where it is, but we'll say it's essentially let me get an image of the map real quick.
I kind of wanted to assume on the outskirts of the estuary.
Yeah, it's not too far in, but it's kind of in there.
Can't
I'm
wait to
assuming that Lug is trying to go in the direction of the signal lines.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're maybe 1.5 times the Prosper little white thing around it, if you get what I mean.
Did you
Oh,
post?
yeah, I have to
the map
actually
in the-
post it. Hold up. I'm very smart.
Alright, I'll post it to the music channel.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that's where
yeah,
you
yeah.
posted it for a moment.
Yeah, if you're looking here, it's imagine from the middle of Prosper out to that little bubble around it, and then add maybe half of it again.
Seems good. In my opinion. That's
It's
what,
somewhere around there.
half a month for us to get to?
I mean, last one went by so fast, I'm sure it'll be like nothing.
Yeah, I wonder
you're
why
probably
it
maybe,
went
like,
fast.
You might be like a week or two out.
Week or two
We'll
out.
see how our starting rules go, and that might determine it a little bit.
Oh god.
So, start of session rules. Go ahead and roll that shit.
Okay.
Not bad.
Ooh, thank god.
Not bad for once. It's been a little while.
It's
and
been a
workable.
little while.
So yeah, you both scrape by. Your bone feel you can use whenever. You just don't get a +1 to what you're doing. And you get to decide what bad thing is going on with your cult.
Oh yeah, I have one or the other, right?
Yep. You have to choose either hunger or sickness.
Yeah, hunger or sickness. I'm gonna say sickness.
Sickness. All right.
Sickness. Wow,
What
the
could that
Devourer of
be?
Names does that now. Makes everybody sick. I
Maybe
hated that.
they've got some sort of problem. Like maybe it's a psychological thing.
Yeah, I was
Like
about to suggest
everybody
some kind of side
knows.
harm.
Like to actually mention, how do y'all keep time and date on the ship? Like, do you have a calendar that you mark off each day? Do you have like
Except it
clock?
like keeps a small log.
Okay,
Oh, hey, that's useful.
so he has some notes that were left over from when you were in Prosper, but they don't make sense anymore. Except that you've written down like, fucking Jom 4th through 11th. Just talking about some weird place with a bunch of shrimp. And you have the shrimp, but you don't know where the fuck this is. Just that you have apparently been there and doing work for it.
Hmm.
So
Wow,
this mystery
Giuseppe.
place. This mystery place where you spent a week. And you're just like, oh, fucking sure.
Wow, we could really clown on Giuseppe with that knowledge. If we knew that he wrote that stuff down, we could really fucking clown on him.
But in exchange for that weird sickness, you get 3
Me?
barter, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and then you get a party.
I get a party. That's right,
Yes, you
I do get
do.
party.
How much? Just I don't know if anyone remembers, but how much butter did we get from what the? Sorry, I'm mind. But how much money did we get from Hidden?
I think it was mostly in exchange for the food. I don't remember if you got any barter.
No, hidden, not prosper.
Oh, hidden. Gosh, let me.
I thought it was 12 whenever I was looking at the
It was
recording.
like 12 split
remember-
or 12 each.
I remember it being like 9.
9? I
But
trust 9
I can
better.
go back to my notes because I'm pretty sure I wrote it down.
I'd say split. By the by.
Okay.
See, that's not it. Session 26.
Yeah, session 26. I thought it was 25.
No, it was 25. 26 was y'all got on the boat
Yeah.
again. No, I didn't write it down.
No.
Sad.
I'll trust 9.
I'll trust 9.
Hey, I can get the recording open.
Yeah,
Hold on.
I'll give 5
You
to
could,
Wind and
yeah.
4 to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did we decide to split that? We got so caught up in Hidden being burnt to the ground, or burnt to the blue, so...
I think Giuseppe just said 5 for him, 4 for Lug. Or was it
Opposite.
the other way around?
I
Okay.
said. Yeah, 4 for me, 4
Considering-
5 for Lug.
Rusty got none.
Well, yeah, because you get like your cult
Yeah, I know.
stuff.
I know, but that's just funny.
You can feel however you want about that, and you can play that out if you want.
Rusty doesn't care.
Damn, sad.
Rusty doesn't give a shit. I do, but Rusty don't.
Something that I forgot to mention. Lug. During the
Yes.
time going to Bobble, what are you working on?
Probably repairing the Toby and the Greasy Pinky, just because, well, they're broken. They're at least
Not so
damaged
much
a
broken.
little.
Yeah, they're one
You know?
harm is like bullet holes, relatively like simple to fix stuff. Just weld some
Right.
plates on that. It's fine. You could do that in like a day.
Okay. Do I have then? Has anyone in the on the boat said anything about like needing anything, or like something's not working right, or needing it to be fixed or improved, etc., etc.?
I think.
Complaints about the bed situation still.
We have an extra bed now.
No, about how they're not bolted to the ground.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think you've had some complaints, but I don't know if you'll be able to do anything about them. The biggest one is that it like everyone just feels like the Exodia like lost all its energy. Like it's like imagine like a I don't know like an ox and it's like tugging along, but suddenly the ox is like starving. If it like even you feel it, it feels less stable, less powerful, and it moves with a lot less confidence.
I wonder if it's ran out of blood yet.
Shut up.
No. I refuse.
Yeah, Luke's just gonna have to invite some people to the cellar. Taste the fine wine.
Giuseppe, I'm sorry. You guys have wine down there? Hold on. Is it good?
I think if anything, Lug could let a little bit, but that wouldn't be enough for anything. You know? So
I don't know, you've lost a lot of blood before.
I don't want to put myself at fucking 11.
Yeah, how is Lug gonna go about asking for blood if he does decide to do so?
I think he's waiting for a ripe opportunity.
He's gonna wait to ask.
A particularly strange trauma to befell everybody.
No, he's waiting for fucking raiders. People who like he can take
people
all
who
the
they
blood
won't
from.
like miss.
Hey, Lug, what are you doing with all that blood, man?
Are you
Lug
ready?
things.
Look, things.
Time to roll checks. Yeah, that'll be an interesting encounter once we get to that. In all honesty.
All right. So I suppose let's actually, sort of set the scene and begin the whole thing.
All right, I'm ready.
We'll start, I think, partway through the journey. Let's see. First, Giuseppe, how do you feel about like the week you've lost?
He's like very like best both confused and upset. Like for one thing, he just apparently acknowledged that there's an entire week where nothing's happened, and that's like they already barely have any time to do whatever they have to do as it is. So he's at least acknowledged that they apparently wait. Actually, does Giuseppe know that Rusty got another egg?
No,
It was
not-
within like sight of you. You can decide whether you like noticed it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been what, a week since that happened, right? We've decided.
Around there.
Yeah, so he's probably found it by now.
Yeah. So
He's
like
probably
he's
seen it.
So he's at least like happy that they have another one of these eggs in their possession and not in like PG's possession, but mostly he's upset like that their entire week has gone by with them doing apparently Jack, and just like very confused like exactly like what has happened. He's trying to keep his mind off it again, like this like Lug decide the next course of action, so like at least for now he can like rest a bit and then figure out where to go after Bobble. He's just standard like angry, frustrated all.
Okay. I think you might be mulling this over in your private room for a bit. When you hear a knock at your door, a real, kind of forceful, impatient knock.
I check it.
You go to the door and it's one of the Gineers, Percy Parmesan, the horse guy. And he doesn't look all that happy. He says to you, look, I know that you're all buddies and stuff, but could you please talk to Rusty about his friends? They're pissing everybody off.
What'd they do this time?
They're being, and he kind of like pauses for a sec, trying to like, it's obvious he's trying to like get like words out that don't immediately like make him sound like he's insulting them. He's like weirdly like, concerned with not, I guess, I don't know, rubbing too many wrong nerves or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some sort of fucking shindig in the bar, and they're acting like a bunch of. Look, can you just get him to stop? Get them to stop. They don't listen to us. They only listen to him.
Yeah, I can get you. Just hang out on the deck for now. I'll give it a look.
He kind of, it's obvious that he feels that's kind of like wishy washy, but he, like still like, all right, fine, and he like leaves.
Giuseppe like packs his stuff, like puts his stuff on his back, desperately hoping that the cult is not doing cult-like things again, and he heads over to the bar.
Oh boy, hope the cult's not
Not gonna
doing
go to
cult
not gonna go to
things.
Rusty.
Is Westy not in the bar?
It's early morning.
Yeah, he would not be in the bar. If something was going on and
Okay.
one of the Deniers are going to ask for you to help, then he's probably not in there trying to do crowd control.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I go to Rusty's quarters and give it a knock.
Yeah. Yeah, come in.
Rusty, one of sorry, I'm fumbling.
Yeah.
One of Lug's fellows, I think his name was Ricardo. No, Parmesan. They just said that your guys were causing a ruckus in the bar, so I wanted to get you before I did anything.
Rusty just sighs, just rubs his temples a little bit. Stops looking at the green egg. He's mulling over the egg and, thinking if he should put it together or not. So he just puts it on his pillow, tucks it in a little bit, gets up, and just angrily and stressfully just goes up to the bar to see what's going on.
I follow along.
Oh yeah.
All right. When you get up to the bar and you go in, it's like not noisy or anything. It's kind of like just a vague sort of, I don't know. It's almost a meeting-like commotion. You see basically all of your cultists kind of standing around, and they've commandeered a bunch of the like vaguely fancier looking glasses that you've collected over the years, Giuseppe.
Oh no.
They're having a sort of imitation cocktail party, but the problem, that wouldn't be so much of a problem, but the problem is that a lot of them are like saying weird shit. Like, yes, how goes it at the war front? Says like fucking Murgo. And it's like, BG, as a wonderful higher up of BG, I have many stocks in the seaweed market. A lot of yes, quite. And there's like finally like the last Janier who like who was trying to stand it to have a fucking drink, just like run, like fucking bursts out the fucking door like next to you, and he's just like, fucking deal with this.
We're trying. Okay, Giuseppe walks into the bar like already kind of tired of all this, and he just pulls himself over the bar to his normal
He grabs
position.
a drink.
I think Nickel comes over and is like, yes, finally the man of the hour has arrived, and like puts her like arm over your shoulders. He's like, finally, BG's right hand man is here to grace us with his presence.
I'm not a man of the hour. I'm giving this 10 minutes and then I'm going back to my room.
And my, what a great 10 minutes it will be.
Are you?
And everyone's just like, here, clinking of glasses and eating of shrimp.
Giuseppe looks over at his shelf to see if they have like got into some deep stuff or not.
It's not deep stuff. Like by and large, it's just like
it's mostly water.
I mean, I suppose it's somewhat water.
It's the watered
all
down
of your shit
he
is
gives his guests he
all
don't
your
like.
shit is somewhat
watered down
water.
shit.
Let's be real. All of your shit is somewhat water.
Yeah, but this
Like
one's
that's the only way you
mostly
can really
water.
do alcohol.
This is mostly watered down though.
Yeah,
They got the
I
really
suppose,
bad stuff.
Yeah, it's like you keep like the mostly watered stuff in like the fancier looking like glasses, kind of like as a switcheroo, so that like the kind of grubby looking stuff in like green and brown bottles like is your actual shit. Yeah, they're acting very familiar and talking up like weird vague BG bullshit. What say y'all?
I'm gonna investigate.
Hey guys, what's going on here?
Oh, the reject has arrived. And then they like fucking
Holy shit.
Zinc comes over and it's like puts an arm over your shoulders and is like, finally the fool has come to make our lives a little more entertained. Yes, quite. Clinks, clinks.
Not the first time he's been called all this.
Why are you guys doing this?
Why? Because we're incredibly fine, and everything is incredibly fine at the moment. Thank you.
No, what's up with these accents, huh?
Is this what happens when the horny people get
Yes.
taken away?
Yes. Yes, AC was here because they needed to calm things down. They were they were the soul
Ironic
factor
for the horny
keeping
person.
They were the soul factor keeping this place together.
I think another cultist walks up and they're like, "Why, we're preparing for the takeover, of course.
What takeover?
Yeah,
Why,
what
the
takeover?
merger?
I'm gonna
BG
grab
takes all
on.
of everything forever.
I'm grabbing onto their arm. Not arm, shoulder.
What are you talking about?
Why, only when BG takes everything forever, and
gonna-
everything.
I'm gonna pull him in.
What are you talking about?
Rusty, you're hurting me.
Yeah?
I think, like, when you, like, start to get really weirdly desperate, they're just like, shit, get off, goddamn.
Oh, they broke it.
We're just trying to pass the time and not feel shitty, goddamn.
Guys.
Buzz kills. Everybody else is like, yeah, Buzz, jeez.
Jeppy's just kind of dumbfounded there.
Listen, with,
just
what,
decides to pretend
with
he wasn't-
everything Listen, with everything going on, it's got everybody a little worried, alright?
Giuseppe tries to pretend he wasn't involved and turns around and begins polishing something. He begins polishing his hand.
Polishes his hand.
Because they took all the glasses.
The polish.
I think the mood is thoroughly killed, and they're just like, ugh,
Well,
whatever.
I expected.
They, like, set down their glasses and put their shrimp away, and it's like, whatever, back to work.
Not even gonna finish that. I don't feel shitty
They
about
set down
that.
their shrimp and finished their glasses.
I don't feel shitty about this. Like, damn. After everything, y'all are... Listen, this is just par for the course. Everybody's gonna expect you to be doing some weird shit because of weird shit. Not because you're passing the time. I'm gonna say that as Rusty. I'm gonna make the executive decision. That's what Rusty has said.
Damn.
Damn.
An actual decision.
Actual decision
From Rusty.
Yeah, from Rusty. Executive, no less.
They seem to have gone back to their stuff, and the vaguely insensitive talk of, BG and war and shit has ended. So, mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished.
We did it.
Yay!
We did something without it being too dangerous.
Without having to roll. I still got insulted, but I didn't have to roll.
Lug. I don't think we mentioned, like, what you'd be working on. Because the thing that people are complaining about doesn't seem to be something that you're able to deal with right now. Would you be doing something else, or would you just be, like, contemplating the engine?
Could I be... There were, like, different slots in the engine for stuff. Could I be just kind of playing around with the engine, figuring out what it could be for? Anything at all?
Okay, yeah. There were, I think... Yeah, there were 4 chambers. One takes, gas, and one has so far taken blood. Let's see. Can I get you to open your brain for this? Good enough. I think that you get a vague realization that you have to sort of... It reacts more when you're hurt. Specifically when you're touching it with, like, cuts and, like, basically openings in your body. And you, like, get one of, like, the several cuts on your hand from working on, the sharp metal, and you touch it, and you kind of go back to that scene where you bled the pig over the fire. And just after you had bled onto the fire, and still with that knife, you roll the entire body of the pig onto the fire, and it catches, and it glows a brilliant purple. And it glows so hot that your own flesh begins to bubble. And then you come back to yourself. And that's what you get. But I get to ask a question of you.
Okay.
When everyone you've ever loved or hated is gone, what will you do?
Is this either or for loved or hated or both?
Both.
I feel like at that point is when you settle down forever. Whether that means dying or something else.
Okay, that's pretty good. The only other particular thing of note is something that Rusty gets when he goes back to his room after having sort of dealt with the regular problem. When you get back to your room, you find Prawn in there.
Prawn.
She's sitting on the floor staring at the green egg.
Great. Great.
In the darkness of your room, you can pretty clearly see a glowing from her eyes.
Don't like this.
So what's going on here, Prawn?
I'm gonna pat her on the back. A little bit.
I think she slowly stands up and looks at you, and you can very it's more intense than when she originally looked into your eyes. And she says, "You have to make a decision." And then she leaves.
Shit. I'm having to make more decisions than I've ever had to in my life. In this one session. In this 30-minute time span. Lord,
the
I
eggs
don't
pulse
like this.
in time with each other.
Don't like this. I'm not doing it. Not doing it yet. Not yet. No, I'm not ready.
Okay.
Keeping them separated.
Another week passes. Relatively, less eventfully. It's still strange and vaguely shitty, considering you're still having fun brain problems. But the time to come to Bobble has arrived.
Oh, here, hold on. Before we get to Bobble, I would like to have a conversation with both Giuseppe and Lug, if I may.
Okay.
Alright,
Okay.
so I'm gonna try to get you guys together in a private setting. As I could.
Hey, Giuseppe, do you mind if I get Lug over into your room? You and Lug?
Yeah, just careful. Don't break anything.
Alright, I will.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Lug.
Hey, Lug.
Wait, what was that?
Hey, would you mind meeting me and Giuseppe over in... Pardon me. In Giuseppe's room real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry to bother you.
He kind of begrudgingly gets up and follows.
Alright, thank you, man.
Alright, so everybody's in the room, right?
It should
I
be.
believe
They
so.
should be. God, I hope so. Okay, so with me, I've got the green egg. I've got the green egg with me, and I'm gonna make it apparent that the egg is here, that it does exist for everybody to know in the future. It doesn't shock anybody. I don't need anybody shocked about there being a second egg.
Well, this was in Prawn's ball. And, I just wanted you guys to know that it's here. I don't really think I should be putting it together, even though...
He sighs, looks down to the egg, and looks to the egg in his stomach.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to in the future.
Thoughts?
Do we even know what this thing is gonna do when we put it together?
No.
I don't even.
Does it hurt?
I don't know. Josie, does it hurt?
No. It just
No?
feels very weird.
Nah, just feels weird.
He's gonna rub the egg in his stomach.
Don't
Like
do
a-
that, please. It's upset.
Don't do that.
What? It just feels weird. Gotta settle it. Like settling an upset stomach, alright?
Sebby turns around a little bit.
Don't say that! Don't say that!
Stop this, Josie. Josie, you can't just type that in the chat. Alright, so how you guys reacted? Any more thoughts?
Look, man. I'm done with this egg. But it's obviously important. to you and to someone else, I wouldn't risk losing it.
Yeah, I don't plan
Keep
on
good,
it.
keep good hold of it.
I think he's referring to the small egg when he says it.
Yeah.
I don't plan on it.
If a time comes where things are dire, I think you'll know what to do.
Let's hope. I just needed you guys to know, alright? Just in case something happens.
Alright, thank you.
Alright.
That's it. That's what I wanted to talk about.
Last thing before progressing, did Giuseppe get any more time on All or Nothing, or was he too consumed with other stuff to get to that?
I think you were pretty distracted with trying to get the books right. You know,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get time to be real. You probably got a little bit done, but not a whole lot.
Alright.
But Bobble, it's about midday when you see the settlement kind of cresting over the horizon. Lug, do you say anything about Bobble before you actually get there?
Say anything about it, or
what?
like to the crew, or
Yeah,
or
to
what?
your
Okay.
friends, the people who you're taking there.
I think he kind of explains what the whole deal with Bobble is, in the sense of it's like Millions, but a bit more focused on the gathering instead of trading. Most folks here grow up with this profession. Most people here are scavengers. And I think he just kind of talks about, like, it's I think he talks about it more in a business perspective more than like a home perspective. Do they know that it's his home by now?
I don't think so,
if you-
unless you've
if you tell 'em.
told us.
I don't think they do.
Then,
I think everybody just like agreed to go there because it's like we don't know what the fuck to do. You know, they
It was
just
on
lost
the
a week,
way.
and you immediately say, "Let's go
Okay.
somewhere." It's like, yeah, all right, sure.
it's on the way too, so hey, it's good for everybody.
Yeah, then that makes sense.
So, do you tell them it's your home, or your
No.
previous home? No. Okay.
I think Lug just kind of like doesn't really think about saying that, period.
It's on a need to know basis, and we don't need to know.
Until we
Okay.
do.
Anything else?
I do think he warns them. If someone asks them for help, and they ask for them to go like in the underside of Bobble to not stray too far from the entrance.
Duly noted.
Alright.
All right. So it's about midday, and the blue is clear, and the sky is pale violet. There's a pleasant breeze as y'all come up to Bobble. Looking at it in the distance, it seems to be a kind of middling settlement that's, as you've gone into, is partway in the Irigo estuary. When you see the buildings a bit more clearly, there's a good lot of trash metal built into the buildings and flooring, giving it a bit of a stable but shoddy kind of look to everything.
Have we described what it is?
Yeah, it's a scavenging settlement essentially.
No, I mean what the main structure is. That
Yeah,
it's
I'm
built into.
I'm getting to it. The stem top of a cylindrical building rises about 20 feet out of the blue at the far border of town. It is very, compared to like the buildings, it's frankly very, very large, almost massive. And leading off from this sort of broken stem is a long series of half cylinders made of the same material, lazily floating, connected by ropes tied between them, leading far, far into the horizon. You pull up to its sort of makeshift dock, and so far you do not see anybody. Do you disembark?
Yeah,
I
sure.
decide to
more.
wait for a bit, or at least like wait to see if we see anyone.
I think Lug definitely wants to disembark. He's eager almost to get into Bobble.
Hey,
I'm sorry, could you repeat that last bit?
He's eager almost to get into Bobble.
Okay. So you get down the gangplank and you're like kind of rushing, like, all right, come on, everybody, that kind of stuff.
Kind of, yeah.
Hey, bud, you're looking a little bit excited there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we got a surprise here or something?
For them.
For them. Don't know how to feel about that, but...
You get down the gangplank, and Lug Bobble looks pretty much exactly how you left it. It's still got the like metal reinforced everything because they use the trash metal that nobody will buy, and they just kind of slap it on there, melt it on there, bolt it on there. It's still got you can still see in the small distance the market with a bunch of stalls still up. I think you see some of the places you frequented where, the places you slept, the places you love and the hate, the few places you loved, frankly, if what I remember you telling me is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Still no people, though. It's a little weird not to see any people yet. Considering that you don't have anybody to brag it to, just around, would you have gone to, I don't know, one of the few places, like, you told me off screen that there were some, I guess, friends of your dad's who you could stand, I suppose,
Yes.
or you had the best relationship with. Would you probably like go and like head for them?
Well, look for them, because
Okay.
not sure like where they would be now.
Right. You are early midday, so like it's not unlikely that like the market might not be going on, but it's still a little weird that nobody's around. You head more into town, and still no people at the market. It's not as if it's a ghost town. It's more just like people aren't there at the moment. But I think you look around, you see a single stall that you remember a bit. One of the friends of your dad's worked there as a food guy, and he actually happens to be sitting at his little stand that's kind of like tucked in between two larger houses.
I think Lug would, not warily, but kind of like he'd saunter on over, friendly like, of course, and
But still trying to like kind of like pull on his imaginary suspender straps.
yeah, a little bit. I
Just
think,
like, hey, I'm a big shot now.
essentially. What would this person's name be? Would I know?
This is Gourmand.
Come on.
Well, I think Lug would approach Gourmand and kind of call out, "Gourmand!"
I think he was kind of like
gets closer.
hands on back of fist, like kind of like bored until you call his name, and he kind of perks up and he's like, it's Laggy. How have you been? And Gourmand is kind of a larger man, kind of like doesn't seem like he fits in his stall at times. He's around 50-ish. He's got considerable stubble. He's got a stained white no-sleeve shirt, kind of a beer gut. He looks a bit grubby, but I'd say he pulls it off. He's like, "Oh, you're finally back! It's been so long!"
I know. Oh, look! And I think, would the ship be within range of this sight?
Your ship's large enough that you can see it from, like, the other end of town. So yeah, he like, kind of cranes out of his stall and he's like, "Oh my god! That's amazing, Luggy!"
I did it! I finally did it!
Well, I hope you're here to visit for a good little while.
Of course.
Sorry no one else is around to see it. They're at work. Here, how about I give you the special, just like old times?
I think Lug kind of perks up, and I think he would reach for his bag for scrap, of course, for payment.
Oh, no, it's on the house.
You sure?
Absolutely. So what is the special?
It's a very good question. It's a very, very good question.
The special is probably some sort of like food plus, drink combo.
Guys, help me out.
What's it? Was it Lug?
Help me out. I can't think of something for this.
You can't think of food? Name a food! Name a food!
Yo, double
Howdy.
dolphin special, baby.
What if you don't actually know what the special is? You just know that it's some sort of like fried food.
It's very special.
You know, that's actually very funny. I like that, Josie.
Plus like a drink that you don't know what's in it. But you just know that you like it.
Yeah, I think people call it the special because they don't know what it actually is.
Hell yeah.
Sippy's just like walking around, taking in the sights, just like shuffling a bit.
I'm awestruck. Rusty is awestruck with the situation. Hey, Michael, have you drinking that drink? Are you gonna drink that? Because I want some of that.
I think he shares a little. Looks feeling generous.
I'm gonna interrupt you before you drink it. Like, look, what the hell are you doing? Dude, what are you doing?
It's the special.
The special don't look great, dude.
Giuseppe's just like whistling to himself. He's just like doing a little jig. He decides to walk up to the stand and order something. Get a look at what's being displayed there.
I think
Sorry.
I think Lug looks at Rusty with a look of hypocrisy as he says, "That don't look good."
As he should.
Well, hey, not everybody has the same kind of tastes.
Can
You
Rusty,
want to hear?
like,
Why don't you
as
show
he's
him the
saying
spire? The broken spire.
Oh,
It's a
my-
little dangerous, but you know, you gotta show the people, the locals, or show the, you gotta show the guests the local sights.
Have we gotten deeper?
You know, we don't talk about that.
Look, what the hell?
Fair enough. I think he kind of he thinks Germond, and he brings the gang like starting to make their way towards the base.
Can I grab onto Giuseppe real quick?
Giuseppe's like standing by the stand, just hanging around.
I'm gonna grab Giuseppe and be like,
Hey, is everything alright here?
What? I mean, like, is the band here right now?
yeah, they're here.
Yeah, they're with you. All of your people are essentially following, kind of like,
Yeah.
behind.
You
I'd
guys
hope
all-
so. They
Hmm.
gotta see this place. They gotta see Bobble. They missed out on Hidden because they were stuck on Hidden, and they got to see Prosper, but I don't want them missing out on nothing.
Yeah.
Hmm. So as you go to the spire, do you want to like actually explain what it is, Lug, or at least what you know of it?
Yeah, kind of a walk and talk thing, almost as if a pseudo tour guide. He's kind of talking to the group. The spire is the heart and soul of Bobble. The heart and soul on its sleeve, on its edge.
Yeah.
This whole. Oh,
Nothing. I'm saying, yeah. There's a lot of heart and soul in this place. I like it.
mhm.
He's like
Well-
smiling like very weirdly. Not actually really a smile, just like squiggle mouth.
Well, here we were a scavenging community, and we still are, of course. This estuary is full to the brim of riches, wonderful metal. The spire, the town's greatest mystery. Nobody knows how deep it goes. And do you think by now that they would be around the spire?
Yeah, I think you've come to the spire itself.
Kind of. There's probably some like fallen walls where you can kind of look inside of it. It's waterlogged,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
Oh, yeah.
but he points around, just kind of points things out, and the top bits aren't much to look at. Most of those have been picked clean years ago. But the depths, no one's allowed down there anymore. Too dangerous.
Yeah, I'd
There's
say.
tales of untold riches right beneath it.
I don't think we need any of that.
While you're kind of like giving the tour of, well, sort of looking into the spire though, Lug, you see a sort of gray metal loot lock, sort of like the metal boxes that divers would take to, keep their take in and then protect it after they actually got out. Is one of them is just left like kind of like just on the inside of the spire. You see the like locking clasps are like unclasped, but it is closed.
Someone in there. I think. What would this be? Would this be reading a sitch or trying to figure out if someone is in there?
That sounds like Rita Sitch.
Yeah, that sounds like Rita Sitch to me.
Like you could say like what is my enemy's true position, I suppose. Like if you're starting to become on guard, then that's a charged situation, I'd say.
On guard, but not in fear of threat, but in like what the fuck is
just
going on?
Right.
So
You do hear someone laughing amongst like the crowd of Rusty's followers.
Hey, I'm gonna.
It's
Oh
kind of like
shit!
a bit of a giggle.
Holy shit, dude! What a roll!
So it's 12 plus when I have that improved.
You can just ask me anything. Yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead
you
and
could
ask
just
me any
ask
question.
him anything.
One anything or how many anythings?
3 anything.
Pretty sure it's 3. Let me real quick. I have it in my notes.
Yeah, ask any 3
Somewhere.
questions you want, not limited to the list.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Have people been exploring the spire in his absence?
There are no signs that anybody's explored the spire since you left.
Why is that there?
I mean, like I could be cheeky and say someone left it there.
All right, fucking
I don't know if that's like
genie,
a.
3
I don't think that's.
wishes.
I just don't think that's a meaningful question.
Okay.
So ask a different one.
Is everyone truly gone because they're working?
No.
Where is everyone?
You open the lockbox and see a small metal fork, sort of like a tuning fork. Do you ring it?
How did I get there? That's all that's in there?
Yes.
I think I kind of like turn back to the group, kind of holding it and kind of like half pointing at it, just kind of like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what's happening.
Hey, Rusty's shaking his head like no, 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 and waving his arms like no, no, no. He don't like this?
Except he's like, for no particular reason, he's like taking out his rude lance and clicking it around in certain places.
Hey, who is laughing?
Trying to
too?
destroy the local infrastructure. I see.
Just
Yeah.
testing, you know.
Someone in the distance screams that their power went out.
Do you strike that bright, shining silver tuning fork?
Look, I wouldn't do that.
Who is laughing? Hey, who is laughing?
Yeah, who was laughing? Tell us that.
Who was laughing?
Yeah, who is laughing?
Who was laughing?
Hey, hey,
Hey, who was that?
Do you strike the tuning fork?
Lug.
I'm walking over. Do you
Who
do
was
it?
laughing?
I think Lug doesn't strike the tuning fork,
Alright.
but as he turns to walk towards the group, he trips and falls and hits it.
You slip and strike the tuning fork. Everybody else but Lug feels a horrible wave pulse through them, and you seize. Your muscles just fighting against it themselves. It travels like a fury and it leaves without a trace, but for the time it's in you, you can't move a muscle. One of your followers is still laughing, uproariously, laughing harder than you've ever seen a regular laugh. When the sort of spasms and you look at them, they're a pretty forgetful looking face, but it vaguely rings a bell.
Holy shit.
Do you know who they are?
Holy shit, I do. Yo, you asking general group or can I spill the beans?
Do you know who they are?
I do.
Who are they?
That's AC, dude, ain't it?
How could you forget about me so easily? It's me, Roderick.
Roderick!
I called it!
Fuck!
I called it!
I can't believe you've done this to me. You've brought Roderick back from the fucking death.
Wait, who's Roderick?
Behind
The
Roderick,
one dude who
there's
died!
more people, each less defined than the last. And they all speak almost as one. How could you forget about us? We died for you. You took advantage of us. Bastard, con man, murderer. Stay here and stop subjecting the world to your abuses.
Holy shit.
Ow.
Can we all see that?
Yeah.
Giuseppe, you see BG simply in front of you. Why would you even leave here? It's only a matter of time until I come for you, and you know I collect in full. Stay here, and maybe then you can live out the rest of your pathetic life. The scenery grays for you, Lug. The home that you know devolves into a crumbling facade. Metal-enforced sheets and buildings just crumble and fall. Mold and barnacles grow on every surface, and life drains from an already empty bauble. The gourmands in front of you. Nothing you've done will matter. Stay here when nobody will be forced to look at your garbage. Rusty, do you say anything to the forgotten cultists?
Shit. Yeah, I do. Fuck.
What do you mean forgotten? You've always been in my mind, guys. Like, shit, Roderick, what you did for us back in Millions is really something else. I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder. He's there. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder.
You gave us no memorial. You gave us no prayer. You let us die for you, and then you left.
Alright,
You should be here.
First of all, we gave him a burial at sea. Rusty knows that's fake. Rusty knows for a fact that's fake, bud.
What's going on here? Hey, man, what's going on here?
I know that's fake, dude. I know this shit's fake, dude.
Did Rusty actually remember each and every person?
Not everybody. I can't remember AC because of the Eater of Names, obviously. I can't remember AC.
AC isn't there.
Yeah, okay. AC's not there, then fuck that. I do remember Roderick. You think Listen, I've brought Roderick up several fucking times throughout the course of us doing Deep Blues. I remember Roderick. He's the only guy with a name.
I think, like, in this scene, like, it'd be, like, sick as hell for, like, essentially Rusty to, like, be just, like, desperately, like, I remember. Like, I remember Roderick, I remember, you know, and you're listing off the names.
Yeah.
And I think with each name, the sort of crowd begins to disappear. Giuseppe, do you have anything to say to the, you know, person who will take your life?
If I only have a little bit of a pathetic life to live, I might as well spend it wasting your time.
Will be pathetic in death, even if you're pathetic in life. Why not prolong it, even for a little while?
I live for the people who have decided to follow me through all of this shit. And I don't care what happens to me so long as they get out of here.
With a smirk and a flourish, the image of BG fades away. Lug, what do you say to the image of Gourmand?
How close is this image of Gourmand?
It is the spitting image of anything you've remembered of Gourmand.
No, I mean distance.
Oh, probably like, I don't know, arm's length.
Gourmand, what the hell? Why would you fucking say that? He's choking up a small bit.
You left to prove something. You haven't proved a thing.
I think, with, kind of, like, you know that, like, upset into anger kind of feeling? Where you feel like you just kind of want to throw up, but you can't?
Mm-hmm.
I think Lug is feeling that feeling, and he holds on to it. And I think he balls his fist in the end with a simple "shut the hell up." Just kind of brings us, like, kind of attempts to slug this figure.
I think you pass straight through, and when you look back, there's instead your father. Or at least what you remember him being like. He's obviously much younger than he should be at this point. Stupid child. Nothing you do will ever compare to me. Pathetic as I was, your toys mean nothing to the larger world.
I think with that he would grit his teeth and close his eyes. He's put his hands to his ears. Not real. Mm.
I think when next you open your eyes, your grandfather is there instead. It's all rust in the end.
He lets out a sigh. I feel, were the mask off, you would be able to see a few stray tears coming down. I think he deliberately turns away.
I don't think they've gone away. I think they're still there, waiting for some sort of response, instead of just trying to shut them out.
You wouldn't say that. You'd never say that.
Stay here.
Why should I?
There's nothing out there for you.
Everything I've ever made of myself was away from this shithole. Nobody's even here. Even they must have realized it.
The stiff breeze, all the images fade away, and you're left in the shell of your former home. Dead. Long dead.
Was anyone even here to begin with?
When you were here, probably. When you were actually here. But as all things, it ended.
So nobody's here?
Nope.
Even Gourmand?
Gourmand was not there. Not Gourmand, not your dad, not your granddad.
No, I mean the other Gourmand.
No,
When we
when you look
first got
back,
here.
their stall is half caved in. The roof is is nothing but rust and rotted wood.
What the fuck did I eat?
Yeah, what
Are we
what
all
did
back
you
to? Are we all? Have we all come to it yet?
Absolutely.
Hey, Lug, are you okay? I don't know what just happened, but you just walked us through. He looks around and like spins around in a circle. All of this.
He kind of looks around, kind of unsure of what just happened. I think he kind of takes a hand to his head and kind of rubs his plating. He's silent.
Before Rusty makes it over to the group, he's gonna pick up that stupid fucking fork real quick and place it somewhere safe in a pocket where it's not going to ring. Because, hey, that thing sucked.
A good idea.
I'm gonna pat Lug on the back as well.
I come over and like
Reassuring pat.
hold
and
him by
rub.
the shoulders, kinda.
There was nothing here, was there?
No, and I tried to stop you from drinking that nasty water, but you insisted.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't know what to say.
Bug man, I'm sorry.
Giuseppe nods his head.
The tears are still a bit more now coming from his face. It's still difficult to see, but I think he kind of lets out my head hurts.
Let's go back to the boat for now. I think we need a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand Lug a scrap of clothing I have so that he can wipe his tears.
I think he takes it and uses it kind of in a attempting to be discreet but not sort of way.
Discreet, but it's not working.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to work whenever you've got to lift up the mask a little bit, so.
Right.
Alright, so we're all on the boat. We're sitting Lug down.
I make
Give
sure
him
he
a
like gets like
pat.
a good quality cot from wherever we have them. I don't know if we're in like the medical ward or not.
Take him back to his room. Maybe Yeah.
Give him an extra fluffy pillow.
Sit next to him, pat him on the back.
I think he's kind of talking to himself. Kind of talking to the group, but also to himself as he sits, kind of... What the hell happened?
Did you guys see anything?
I didn't.
So we know Rusty's also a liar.
What?
I mean, you had your hallucination.
No, I thought Giuseppe was mentioning during the whole, like, Lug going off and talking to nobody thing.
I think they were talking about the fucking ghosts.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
the
because I
dreaming
thought...
fork.
Okay, I misunderstood.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
Okay. Alright, yeah, my mistake. I'm gonna talk about Roderick.
Yeah, I saw Roderick and...
List off a few names of the nameless cult members in the past. We never learned their names, but Rusty did.
I saw all of them and they were like, you forgot us. Like, what? Don't know what that was all about, but...
I saw BG again, and he told me that I was worthless again. Wish I would have told him to stuff a sock in it.
Man, BG's an idiot.
He kept telling me that nothing I'm gonna do is gonna matter.
What? Man, BG's an idiot.
He's an idiot, but he's a powerful one. In some sense, I may have been a dead man the second I got those instruments.
That may be true.
I'm gonna pat Lug a few more times. Make sure he's okay.
What do you think happened to them? I kind of saying them, but definitely not elaborating it, but probably meaning the people of Bobble.
I don't know, it's hard to say. It looked pretty nasty, like it'd been abandoned for years.
When was the last time you were over there?
Okay, let me do some math. Lug is 26. How long did we say that Lug and Giuseppe have been in their partnership? At least 8 years?
Around that.
I think it would be a convenient alibi to say like 9 years, 8 years, just about.
Sounds fair.
At a little bit before when I first met you.
I know a lot of towns around here like fade faster than you can think, but I didn't even know if that could happen to something like this. The way you sounded like seemed like it was a grand place.
It was. I mean, it wasn't, but it was. I refuse to believe that an operation this big would just up and leave. But I guess I did.
That's where we'll end that scene. We'll end the session with a scene later that night. Nickel at the bow of the ship staring out, softly reciting a strange poem. 1 for the tower and 2 at the dock, 3 for the mountain and 4 turned to chalk, 5 for the steward and 6 left for hell, 7 black candles burning at the well. And that's that.
Damn, I
You can't
hate
just
this
end us-
session.
You can't just end us there.
Hey,
Why not?
fuck you for making Lug cry. Lug don't deserve that. Lug don't deserve that.
Yeah, it's been overdue.
Yeah.
What'd you
Last
do?
time he
It's
cried
been
was when
overdue.
looking at the wreck.
You
It's
can't
been a
just
while.
you can't just do that in approximately
Yeah, they can.
currently 79 minutes.
So how's that for augury bleed?
I loved that.
Holy shit.
Yo,
what's-
that was sick as shit, dude.
It's pretty intense when the only antenna is basically touching your brain.
You're right.
So that's why you didn't give me psi damage.
I mean, that was a psi damage right there, what you were experiencing.
Pretty much. It was more like sand damage.
Sand damage. Psi harm sucks, dude. Lug don't deserve that. Lug didn't deserve that.
Yeah, he didn't.
But for whoever wants to be holding that tuning fork, if you want to write a note down for it,
Okay.
call it ruining fork.
Ruining?
Ruining fork.
Okay.
Tags artifact, stun, area, 1 per day.
Okay, so hold on. You
Basically,
gotta,
I have
you
one
gotta repeat
artifact.
that?
No,
So-
artifact, stun, area,
Artifact,
1 a day.
Stun. What now?
Area,
Area.
1/day.
1 per day. Okay.
Yeah, Wesley is allowed to have that one. It's already have
Basically,
one artifact.
using it makes literally everybody around you in a certain area unable to move for a little bit. You know, as you saw muscles seizing. But it can't be used more than once a day.
Is it hearing based or proximity based?
Proximity.
So even if your ears were plugged, it would affect you,
Yes.
Okay.
and it affects the person who rings it.
It does not.
Everybody but them.
Okay, so it's a convenient alibi that I dropped
Ulug
it.
did not. Yeah, Ulug did not seize when you rang it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm holding on to that for now, since I picked it up. I got no reason to hand it over just yet. It's safe. It's safe. Don't worry. It's in one of Rusty's many fucking pockets. Which one? Rusty doesn't even know. Whoops. Guess it's gone. Hey, fuck this.
I really
ate
like
it.
that. I really like that the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Catalyst for the scene really popping off was you getting a fucking 12 on asking literally anything.
Yes, that was fantastic. Yo, I
Yeah.
love that.
It worked very well.
It did. Sidekick Bot knows what's up. I swear. Sidekick Bot, you're good. You're good sometimes.
Dang.
So let me re-go over my questions. So
Okay.
nobody has explored the spire. The people aren't gone because of work. And my third question was... What was my third question?
Wasn't it
I
just
think it
where
was
is
like where-
everyone?
Yeah, where did everybody go?
And you didn't answer that?
Yeah, I never
Well,
got an
I
answer.
certainly did answer that.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Indirectly.
Kind of, but... wasn't a satisfying one.
As vague as ever, Josie.
Post the
Amazing work.
poem in here. I want to psychoanalyze
Good work.
it, please.
Yeah, post it so then I can also have it to post in the video.
Josie just posts
Thank you.
oranges and lemons, and this whole thing turns into a cultural reference book.
You cut off?
A cultural reference book.
Book. Okay.
I don't know if I want to, like, super analyze this. I don't know how. The only thing I said was flee for the mountain because we went into the mountain.
Well, tower, dock, mountain, I don't know what chalk. I don't know chalk onwards. I'm not sure, personally.
Who is the tower?
The spire. At least that's what I take it as. If we're gonna psychoanalyze this.
It could just be Nickel bullshitting.
Yeah, she does that.
Not sure why you're asking me this in the like little chat that I made for you, Seth.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know if. Hey.
Are we
Yeah,
allowed-
we can.
Yeah,
we can
I
come
didn't know
clean at
if
this
we
point.
were allowed to talk about that just
Yeah,
yet.
we can come. No, that's fine. We can come clean to that.
Okay,
basically,
so-
I was as I was going through on, I was giving them descriptions wholly unlike the ones I was giving you, Lug, through text.
Yeah. And I was just asking how I should do about it. I'm thinking of while Josie is describing everything, I put the text in during those parts where you're describing them.
Fucking clever.
It's good.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like want to like give anything away. I just had like just had me
Yeah,
making
especially
odd
'cause, like,
motions.
The parts where like the difference in like what Lug was doing and seeing and what was like sort of reality for everyone else. Like when you ate the food and drank the drink, and they're just like,
Yeah,
that
hey,
was blessed.
Okay, I'm gonna describe what was in the glass real quick. Let me find it.
Well, and the glass
Okay.
was like cloudy water.
Yeah, cloudy water.
And
There's a rotting
thing
thing on the table and a glass of cloudy water. And I tried to get you to not do all that, but yet you persisted.
I just
Yeah, you
tried
should
to like
like-
act casual because like Giuseppe's not going to be the one to deny someone their reality.
I'm gonna real quick
You
go
should
ahead
have denied his reality, Giuseppe.
in order of as it was coming in. I'll post the things. You can probably tell, what bits they're actually talking about.
Yeah, I tried to like interrupt it, but like not interrupt this the best I could. Cause I did ask beforehand. Cause
There we go.
Josie
Yeah,
said
if
not
you
to
wanted
talk
to do
about
stuff in character, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't tell you, no, don't.
Okay, I
No.
just wanted to make sure so then I wasn't ruining the scene. I tried my best
Right.
not to.
I think it fit well because I was, honest to God, kind of confused as to why. Well, nobody's really here, and the characters aren't doing much, and Rusty's acting like very freaked out about everything.
Yeah, what's going on?
I mean, like, I get being worried that nobody's here, but
And, like,
Okay,
just-
yeah. Alright, good. I was worried. I didn't want to give you too much because I was
Yeah,
worried I was going to spoil the
I
scene.
didn't act too much. I just like had Giuseppe trying to like stay casual, even though he's like really concerned.
I'll be honest. I was legitimately sitting here thinking, kind of like, what the fuck is this tonal shift with Rusty?
Yeah, what's wrong with Rusty, dude?
What the
Gosh.
fuck does Rusty know that I don't? Really, what's going on?
A lot, apparently.
Oh boy.
So fucking psychic bleeding, huh?
That's a good
Mm-hmm.
one. That's good. I'm
Holy
excited
shit.
for more psychic bleeding.
How much
I'm
bleeding
glad-
are you doing?
Session.
I'm glad my fucking by the time I'm glad I was able to realize it to go, oh, my head fucking hurts by now, I'm sure of it. Because I'm sure it did. This feels kind of one of those fucking... I forget if they had a scene like it in fucking BioShock. I feel like they did, but unfortunately the only scene comparison I can think of is goddamn We Happy Few, unfortunately, of the fucking... the party where they're all beating a piñata and eating the candy, and everything wears off immediately, and you see that they were beating a dead rat, or like a dead possum, and they're eating its guts. Just that kind of horrifying juxtaposition of, oh,
That's what's going on. I
Man, We
see.
Happy Few is dumb as shit.
it
Yeah.
is.
It looked like
All the
interesting
subtlety
at
of a
first, and they
jackhammer and all the sense of nothing in the world.
It looked interesting at first glance. They discovered it was a roguelike.
Remember how they had to
No, it's a
remove the
fucking
rope?
it's an enigmatic duck simulator.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Very
Shut up!
good.
I
It's a
remember-
very,
And a
very
charismatic duck.
charismatic duck.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
But fucking no, remember how it was marketed as a roguelike, and then during I don't know when they announced it, but I know that by release they had to take that back, and it was like, hey, the game didn't turn out good like that. We're going with basic world now.
Were they the same people who made Sir You're Being Hunted?
I think so.
'Cause that would make
which
sense.
That shows a whole fucking lot.
Yeah. I mean, Sir was an alright game, but
It's basically a
I
fucking
know-
David Cage
we can
situation
talk about
of, what's a good
about
idea?
Yeah,
bad
we should-
games.
We should probably talk
Uh,
about that after we get done recording. We have after session moves to do.
Yeah. If there's something else in
Alright.
particular you want to discuss, we'll go ahead and do end of session moves.
I think anything I'd want to discuss would be after session, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already gushed enough about how much I love but fucking hate this session.
Mhm.
It was really exciting listening to you do the actual description for Lug. for Michael to like know, and then giving us this here in the chat.
Right.
That was exciting, and I'm glad he didn't catch on like too soon.
I was
I will
honestly
say-
like very sure he had caught on by the time like fucking like nobody was in the market.
I'm gonna be honest. So okay, so these are things I will say on
Okay.
recording. So the seeing Seth say "don't like this session," that was at a point where I still hadn't caught on.
No, I
So
said that because I didn't like Lug crying. I didn't like Lug
Oh.
crying. I don't like this session. Lug doesn't deserve this.
There was something you said that it was at a point that I should have caught on by then, but that didn't make me catch on.
He said something
And-
like is everything okay here or something like that?
Yeah. Hey, is this alright?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
And-
What the fuck?
And I think that the what was I gonna say? I'm pulling a blank here now. I can't remember what I was gonna say, honest to God.
Well, that just gives us time to do end of session moves. So, who would say they learned more about Lug?
I really don't know if it would be either of us.
Me.
Like, it was.
I'd say so.
Me.
Okay.
He's
Who-
willing to get up from his work just to have a conversation with Rusty, even though it's begrudgingly. Yeah, you know the fucking word. It's like, oh fuck, all right, dude.
Who changes their sheet?
Me, I know
The person
more.
who learns.
I know more about Lug.
Who knows more about Giuseppe?
I
The
know
only-
that he's willing to look the other way for all his problems.
I'd say Rusty, just because Rusty got to see him in the bar and looking the other way.
He looked the other way throughout everything. Literally every part of this session was Giuseppe looking the other way.
Hey, deflection is a good skill to have.
He was
Nothing is-
deflecting the entire session.
Yeah, he had good block.
I only turned around
he's got
once you
good block
defused the
skill.
situation. I would have like got involved if they actually were like planning
Mhm.
mutiny.
Yeah.
I woulda.
The only time you didn't deflect is whenever imaginary BG was there.
This is not how
That's the
character.
only-
This is not how I wanted to characterize him.
It's so I love Giuseppe. Yo, no joke, I love Giuseppe as the character that he is.
Absolutely.
It's just funny that he was deflecting the entire session, the entire hour and like 10 minutes of the session. He just like, nope, not happening. Nope, somebody else can deal with that.
So, who knows more about Rusty?
Yeah, who knows more about me? Hey, look, I patted you on the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I would.
I'm more than willing to go into your workshop and interrupt you, for one. You already knew that, but for one. And two, you pat me on the back, or I pat you on the back. I stopped you from taking a drink of that nasty-ass water.
Tried
You
to.
tried.
I tried. I really fucking tried. But yet you persisted. And lastly, I gave you the pats on the back and gave you that piece of cloth to wipe your tears.
Yeah, I'd definitely say. So if I was at a 3,
You
I
go
put
back
that
to
to
a
1.
1 and get experience.
Okay. And you don't get experience?
I don't because I don't know myself better. You know me
Okay,
better, yeah.
okay. I'm
Did this
always
28
always,
times now.
I'm
folks.
Shut up.
always
It's okay.
confused on it. Listen,
We'll
we'll some
get it
things.
someday.
Okay, hear me out. There's some things that I can remember with all my heart and soul, and there's some things that I need to be told over and over and over again. You want me to recite the quadratic formula to you right now? I can do
No,
that.
I don't care about the quadratic formula. I don't need that shit.
See my point.
Hey, I did get experience because I knew Giuseppe was a 3, but now it's a 1, so I got experience on that. One more to an improvement, baby. Fuck yeah, dude.
Hooray.
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 Hey, Michael, when did you realize that something was up? When was it that tipped you off again?
I was talking about what should have tipped me off. I think the fork was kind of what tipped me off.
The fork. Okay, fork was like, oh shit. Okay, so something's not right here. This exists as an and it should not. Okay. Alright. Gotta say. Bobble? Wobble. I'm sorry, I can't.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks ourselves in
you.
the future.
Yeah, thank you, future self, for editing this session. Here's a kiss. Thank you.
Mwah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
And as they say, crack open a cold bionic. Wait, crack open a Kopaka with the Boyonicles.
Out hot the cold food in and of hot the not cold out food.
Imagine how it is touch the sky.
Remember, we're the group that's going to kill a dictator.
Alrighty.
Alright, for real, goodbye.